With Amiga April in full swing, I thought it's time we have a look at Amiga games based on movies, and there's some great games out there. So without further ado, let's have a look and see what games I picked. Platoon, released in 1988, and this was published by Ocean Software. What a game this is. The film was brilliant and the game ain't bad too. You take control of 5 squad members of the US Army, and they are trapped in the middle of the Vietnamese jungle, and you must fight your way out and survive. There's multiple games throughout the game itself, and it's loosely based on the movie as well. And also on top of that, David Whittaker's music is certainly unforgettable. The Spy Who Loved Me, released in 1990, and this was published by Denmark Limited. This is an official James Bond licensed game, and it's a great one too. It's a top-down one, and it's very similar to Live and Let Die. But in this one you control the Lotus Esprit, and the Lotus can change into a boat and submarine, and it is equipped with weapons and gadgetries, including lasers and missiles. This is a fun game, and I played this a lot back in the day. Alien 3, released in 1992, and this was released by Virgin Games. And as far as I'm aware, this was the only official Alien franchise game to be released on the Amiga. You take on the role as Ellen Ripley, and she's in deep sleep on a spaceship. But unfortunately, xenomorphs are gone on board, and they cause havoc with the ship, causing the ship to crash land on a prison planet. Now you must survive, and you must rescue all the prisoners in the prison complex, and defeat the xenomorph once and for all. The Lion King, released in 1995, and this was published by Virgin Interactive, and this is an AGA only title, so in other words you need a CD32 or an A1200 to play it. You play the role as Simba, and in the early levels you're just a cub, and you must avoid the enemies on each stage or jumping on their heads. But later on in the game then you turn into a young adult, and now you can fight your way through the levels. Star Wars, released in 1988, and this was published by Denmark. Yep, this is a straightforward arcade port to the Amiga, and it's a great game too. You take on the role as Luke Skywalker, and your goal in this game is to destroy the Death Star. Plenty of action in it, as you all well know, and yeah, absolute legendary game this one. RoboCop 3, released in 1992, and this was published by Ocean. Yep, this is the one I picked for this one because all 3 RoboCop games are great, but this one is different because it's in first person mode. You take on the role as Murphy as usual, and you take on these certain missions, and to do the missions you need to travel to each mission in your squad car, and once you get there then, you take on the bad guys who are terrorizing the city. And also, I got a little fun fact for you. If you own the original copy of this game, you had to use a dongle in the back of your A500 to stop piracy. Aladdin, released in 1994, and this was published by Virgin Interactive. And this is the second AGA only title I want to show you. You play as Aladdin in this fun platformer, and each level is unique because they're all based off different locations from the film. The film was massive back in the day, and so was the game. And on top of that as well, how could you forget the late great Robin Williams playing the role as the genie? Incredible. Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, released in 1990, and this was published by Arcade. In this game you play as a first person perspective, in which you wander around solving puzzles, combating with the undead creatures that overrun Elvira's castle. This is an absolute classic point and click game, and is a very scary one too for its time. Hook, released in 1992 and published by Ocean. Peter's all grown up living a normal life with two kids, but unfortunately Hook kidnaps his two kids and takes them back to Neverland. Now it's up to Peter to go back to Neverland and rescue them. This is a great point and click game for its time. Some say it's a bit short, but I thoroughly enjoy this one. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, the adventure game, released in 1989. It is in 1938, and the adventurer Indiana Jones is joined by his father on a special quest to prevent Adolf Hitler from capturing the Holy Grail. This is a great game and a great point and click adventure. If you haven't played this one, you certainly need to try it. And the action game version is a great one too. Dune, released in 1992, and this was published by Virgin Games. The game itself is based on legendary Frank Herbert's novel, and the visuals are based on the 1984 film. Dune itself is a strategy adventure game, and is a great game too, with great visuals, great sounds and everything to it, and a great storyline. And if you play this one and finish it, there's also a second game for you to enjoy too. Batman, the movie, released in 1989, and it was published by Ocean. Yep, the game itself is based on the film. And what can you say about the game? Well, the game is split over 5 different levels, and that's including platformer sections to racing through Gotham. And back in the day, Commodore decided to bundle this with the A500, and it sold thousands, making it one of their biggest selling packs they ever brought out for the A500. And on top of that as well, who doesn't like the Batmobile stage? Absolutely great. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I see you all again soon.